Oh, you see it? He's gonna take it. Got him.
Targeting powerful wild river carp in tiny rivers is heart-stopping stuff. In this video, I'm tracking down these incredible fish in the beautiful English countryside.
It is scorching hot today and I've come down the river because I have spent the last 2 or 3 weeks sitting at my desk editing videos and I'm sick of it. I love my job and YouTube is the best career I could ever have, but editing does get a little boring. So I've come down the river today and I'm gonna try and catch a river carp. I have now spotted a couple of fish down there. However, just realised I've got my rod, my net, my mat, my bait, but I left the hooks in the car. So, it's time to run all the way back through 2 big fields to get my hooks. What a nightmare. There we go, that's better. 2 things that I shouldn't have forgotten: sun cream and hooks. Oh, talk about essentials. I did see a couple of fish cruising in the river, so I sat down in the shade to set up the rod, just tied on a size 6 wide gape hook, and that is the rig ready to go. Shouldn't bite line. Should use my scissors, but I left them in the car as well. It's nice fishing though. You don't have to bring much tackle with you. And even when I'm literally fishing with line and a hook, I managed to forget my packet hooks. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, now I'm ready to cast out if I see another fish. That's a nice one. Spooked it. See it? They're so spooky, man. Yeah, it just zoomed up the river, just not happy at all. Damn. He's seen it, he's gonna have it. He's gonna have it. He's under it. Oh! Are you kidding? I struck too early. I got one! Although I think it's the chub. Yep, it's the chub. Cal has come to the rescue because Carl is incapable of remembering where he's put his net. And I got myself a chub, nearly. If I can get it out of these weeds. In you get, fella. First fish of the day on a little bit of bread. As we move further upstream, as we cover more water, hopefully we'll find some much bigger fish as well.
In this exceptionally hot weather, it was becoming tricky to concentrate. I'd also left my water bottle in the van, which didn't help the situation. I'd previously been casting floating crust in front of the fish, but then I spotted a carp bubbling on the bottom. This is when I will use the inside of the bread and give it a squeeze to help it sink slowly. On the first attempt, the fish showed no interest. I decided I needed to get closer and cast more accurately.
Got him. What is going on? He took it. That's unbelievable. Just as I thought I wasn't going to get another chance, I lowered in a sinking piece of bread just down here. And this carp just slowly edged towards it and sucked it in. That's not a bad carp. Oh, right, let me get the net. No, stay away from there. Come on, fish, please. Go easy on me now. Please, don't fall off. Yes. Oh, wow. It wasn't easy so far today, but there is now a beautiful dark golden river carp in my net. That's my reward for a good few hours trekking up and down the river in this boiling hot heat. I'm a little bit sweaty, very tired out, and I'm looking forward to getting back to the van, having a drink, but we got a carp. So I'm very, very pleased about that. I'm not thinking straight. During the fight, I was just battling the fish, just like, go in the net, go in the net. I want to go and find some shade. Honestly, it's so hot today, but I'm glad to be holding a carp. What if I told you that the journey, the walk to the next area that we're going to fish is about twice as long as what we just did?
I'm going to cry.
You can see why my brother quit the channel. Alex, well, I used to make all of the films with my bro up until about January, February time, where he decided to move on and start his own channel. I guess the reason might have had something to do with the amount of walking many, many miles on hot sunny days just to try and catch carp, but no, he's actually doing really well. His new channel's, I think it's satisfying him. He's definitely enjoying making a variety of content. But I don't know what I would have done without A, your support, and B, Omi's, because Omi's been doing all the admin side of things, and obviously Cal here.
Trying to keep the camera steady.
Yeah, Cal's my new cameraman. I don't know when I'm going to stop saying new cameraman and start saying just cameraman. So you're not exactly new, you've been working with me for 3-4 months or something.
A little while.
I think all I really wanted to say was big thanks to you and Omi, but also big thanks to everybody who watches the channel, because I was kind of expecting Alex quit, not make so many videos, Korda cancel my sponsorship, everything goes south, the views drop off and everyone hates me, but actually people have been really supportive, the comments have been really nice, and yeah, continue to make fishing videos and people have continued to enjoy them, so I'm a happy guy. And now I'm stuck at a traffic light waiting to go to the next spot. Spot number 2. This one's a long walk, twice as long as the last one. Ready for another mission?
Mission is going to be accomplished in about 3 hours time. Can we get there?
Oh, it's not that far.
No, we've got this.
When I cycled to the spot to pre-bait,
Yeah.
it took me about 45 minutes.
Oh, it's okay.
Fancy going
This
to
is
the...
what keeps us fit. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do the barrows, and I'll just get us the pints in.
I'll see you at the pub in 24 hours. The first bit is downhill.
Two very boring minutes later.
In fact, we do this like for fun.
Little longer than a few minutes later.
I'm not big enough for this.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
I've got it. You got all of the weight. Oh, no, I've got all the weight.
Cal, we did it!
We did it nearly.
1 hour later.
Getting to the spot was definitely a mission, but these remote areas often hold the best fish as they move away from human disturbance.
So I've set the bivvy up, the bed, the net. Let's go have a look at Carl, see what he's doing. What are we doing, Carl? What?
Oh, hi. Hey.
What's going on?
I'm good, I've seen a couple.
Have you?
They're bubbling on the spot.
I think that might have been in your dreams, mate.
The fishing down here is going to be quite interesting because I've never fished this area of the river before. So we're kind of on virgin ground. I don't think very many other fishermen will make such a long trek to the swim as we did. So probably fishing for carp that may not have been caught before, which is always quite exciting. To try and tempt these fish into actually feeding on my bait rather than feeding on naturals, which they'll be used to, I came down a couple of times earlier on in the week just to throw a little bit of bait in. I put some boilies, some pellets in. Most of that probably got cleared up by bream. So I'm going to fish with reasonably large hook baits to try and get past them and reach those carp. We've actually seen a few patches of bubbles coming up. Cal spotted them on the edge of the lilies. I threw a few pellets in over the top just to semi-spook them, then lowered the rig in, because if you chuck the rig straight in, that really scares the fish. I've got that one rod out down there. Maybe we'll get a bite on it, but I'm going to get the other rod sorted. So I'm going to fish with 2 rods, and so is Cal, to give ourselves the best chance of catching.
We worked together to get our 4 rods cast in quietly, in small gaps between the weeds. You definitely don't need to cast far on venues like this. Staying quiet though definitely helps.
We're just saying about, you might get bream all night, and we're already hooked into a carp.
That's unbelievable.
That took, the rig was there, it took it all the way down there.
I saw it zooming off towards the reeds. It's stripping line. Yeah. Yay!
Woo! I'm actually really happy. It's not a monster by any means, but it's my first ever river carp.
Oh, I can't believe that. I filmed you cast it about 20 minutes ago.
It wasn't a bream. Get in. Look at that. My first ever river carp. I say it's not massive, but the bite was so savage, it nearly had the rod in.
I'm so annoyed that we had the camera recording on the other rods, because it absolutely screamed.
Pretty pristine little common carp. I'm very happy with that.
This is probably, well, it's the first time I've been on the bank for about 2 or 3 weeks. The most recent session that I went on was pretty spectacular, but I'll tell you about that in just a moment. The reason why I haven't been fishing for the last 2 or 3 weeks is because the vast majority of my time is spent editing. The viewers of this channel probably watch it and think, oh, well, you're out fishing all the time. But actually, the fishing part is probably 10% of my actual time. The rest of it, I'm at my desk and I'm editing together hours and hours of footage, cutting out all of the boring bits, trying to piece together the action and tell a good story. And hopefully what I end up with is something that is entertaining and watchable. But what I've been editing most recently was my trip to Belgium. Wow.
It's gonna jump out the net.
That was an extravagant netting. That trip was the first episode of Carl versus the World. I used to do Carl versus Alex when we made films together all the time on this channel. But since Alex has moved on, I thought I want to do competitive fishing and I want to carry that sort of style of film on, and I want to fish against some other people. So yeah, the first episode of Carl versus the World was shot in Belgium along with a few friends, and we did a multi-species challenge on a series of lakes, which could not have gone any better, but I won't say too much because you have to wait for the film to come out. It probably won't be out in that long really, because I've almost finished editing it, to be honest. And the other film that I've been working on and actually recording for since January or February is the Mystery Lake campaign. This film will see me fishing probably the hardest, definitely the hardest lake I've ever fished. It was really, really difficult. Probably did 15 or more nights before anything happened, but let's just say when I got that bite, it was spectacular. That film I will be piecing together and launching on the channel a little bit later on in the summer. And finally, the other film that I want to tell you about is my most recent session before this. I went all the way, and this is like close to home, but my last session was on the other side of the planet. Alex and I travelled all the way to Idaho to fish on Blackfoot Reservoir. This is a water I have dreamed of fishing for the last few years. 17,000 acres, insane depths, massive bays full of beautiful scaly carp. It was definitely the most prolific fishing trip of my life. All the excitement of that trip to America was just so good. We fished hard. I think we were out there for almost 2 weeks. We fished quite a few different locations as well as Blackfoot and hooked into some fish that were bigger than anything I could possibly have imagined. But upon arriving back home, the come down set in and I'd fished myself out. Like, I had worked so hard, I'd had barely any sleep. We were filming until late in the night every night and waking up crack of dawn in the morning. I was so tired and just really run down that I got home and kind of got quite ill and I wasn't feeling too great. We're getting liners on that rod. I think we're gonna get another bite. But yeah, I wasn't feeling too good, but it's nice to be back out and fishing again this evening. And it's going well, we're catching fish. Cal's catching fish.
I was about to say that.
Oh, there's a mirror.
Wait.
We were literally just talking about that. We literally said it'd be amazing if we could get a mirror. And I've got a mirror on. It's coming straight for the net. And he's only gone and landed it.
Wait.
Hey.
Number 2.
First a common, now a mirror.
That's a beauty.
Super scaly. Another crazy battle, crazy bite. Crazy fish all round.
Well, I brought my cameraman down to the river today and he's definitely showing me how it's done. Maybe I won't bring you the next time, Cal. Or maybe next time I'm like, no, only filming is allowed. No.
No rods allowed.
Oh, you've got to share the love. This is what we came here for. Another beautiful river carp. This evening has been so good.
It really has.
Like 2 bites, both just these immaculate river carp that have probably never been caught before.
Not even night time yet.
Yeah, we haven't done a night yet. And my rods are out there about 15 meters away from yours and I haven't had a beep.
That evening, as the temperatures dropped and the moon rose, I felt lucky to be out fishing somewhere so stunning. Sometimes you've got to walk further or stray from the beaten track to find true peace and quiet like this.
This morning is just beautiful. I cannot believe it down here. Every session I do on this river, sunrises and sunsets are just magical. Love it. Why are you filming now? I don't think the light's very good.
No?
No.
You want to take another look? Beautiful.
It's been good for filming here
Yeah, it has.
at this location.
And a little bit good for fishing as well, right?
Oh, you think?
Yeah. 2 river carp.
Not bad, I suppose. Interestingly, last night the action didn't continue, other than a few bream during the night. We didn't see any more carp. I moved the rod a bit further downstream that I'm watching now, but other than a bream in the early hours of the morning, this rod hasn't done anything either. Cal was actually round my house last night we were on the river, night before last. I had a opening party to celebrate my pond finally being finished. Cal and a few friends came round and yeah, we did pizzas in the garden. Alex cooked us some amazing homemade, stone-fired pizzas, which were brilliant. And my friends got to see my pond and meet my fish for the first time, which was super nice because that whole pond project has taken absolutely ages to get done. And it's quite interesting actually, because those of you who watched part 3 of the pond build video will have seen that a couple of things went wrong during the build, and I was kind of disappointed actually, because I put that film out and then got kind of quite a lot of hassle from the pond building company. Like, they were not happy that I had shown that things didn't go perfectly. And what they were saying is that apparently they had given me a discount on the cost of the build, and for that they expected me to not say anything negative about the whole process, which, I don't know, I feel like in life honesty is always the best way. And in the same way that I'll happily admit I didn't catch anything last night, I was outfished by my cameraman, I will also admit that during the pond build some things went wrong. It wasn't all plain sailing, and I don't know, it made me feel quite passionate about not deceiving the viewers of this channel. But I really value the fact that you guys tune into these videos and watch them, and I hope that you can respect and trust the things that I say, because just because the pond building company apparently gave me a discount doesn't mean that I'm just going to say they were wonderful. I'll show exactly what happened, and some things did go wrong. In the same way that if Korda made some really bad tackle and I used it and it just didn't work, you know, or the quality of their product started going downhill, I couldn't be associated with them. I couldn't endorse stuff that is no good. I just think it's quite important. Trust and honesty is, yeah, kind of key. But one thing that has definitely gone right this session is we have caught 3 carp between us in probably the best surroundings you can hope for in the UK. I love the countryside around here. I love the peace and quiet out in the fields down by the river. And this session has just reminded me of why I always like to do a bit of river carp fishing each year. And now I suppose we'll start packing away and get ready for the long walk home.